Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashton and this is Plan with Ash, and today we're going to be talking about things that have been going on in my life lately, kind of why I disappeared and how I'm dealing with those things. So if that's something that you want to know, stay tuned. Okay, so the last video you guys would have gotten from me would have been back in June, and I'm pretty sure it was my oh no, a new setup already video about my A5 sized disc planner. Since then, a lot has happened. It's been June, July, August, coming into September, 2 months, 3 months since you guys have gotten a video from me. I might get a little emotional through this video, so I'm just fair warning you guys. Also, I apologize about my appearance. I had a shower yesterday and I kind of had a lazy day because I had a migraine and I fell asleep with wet hair. And so I've got like weird little curly cues that are not cooperating. My hair is kind of a mess and I apologize. And I apologize about the emotional state that I may or may not find myself in. I don't exactly know where to begin with this video. I just know that I promised to be transparent on my channel, and I want to be honest and real with you guys. A lot about my channel is getting ready to change. I'm still going to be working on planner videos with my A5 disc planner. A lot of that has changed as well. That's going to be in a separate video. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be called Planner Piece or Planner Please Journey, something. I don't know, something along those lines. But let's do a very brief overview of what's been happening. I started to go into a depressive episode in June. Nothing triggered it. There was nothing wrong. I just started to feel like I'm 6 months in to the next year and I haven't accomplished anything, which is where I found myself at the beginning of November last year. A lot of that has been changing, and I will talk about that in my how I'm dealing with this kind of section. But I went into a depressive state, and my best friend actually is the one who started to pull me out of that. And I'm talking like every 15 minutes I got a funny text message or a stupid meme or a dad joke, which have become my favorite things in the whole wide world. So if you have a good dad joke, make sure you leave it in the comments because I want to know it. She was amazing, and she did not like me in this, what she liked to call my dark and scary place, and was helping pull me out of it. And then I lost her unexpectedly on the 22nd of June. They think she had a blood clot, and she was talking to her husband 1 minute and she was gone the next. And that sent me for a loop, and I got nothing accomplished in July and part of August. And then I realized I was going into this dark and scary place, and she wouldn't have wanted that. And so, oh, and I have a kitty cat roaming around here somewhere, and he is not happy with me because he has to go get shaved, and so he's complaining every chance that he gets. So if you hear meowing, that's him. But I realized I had to pull myself out of this situation. Hold on, let me deal with him. Okay. He was hungry, and the other kitty cat that we have here, she ate it all, so he was complaining. So I realized she would not want me to be in this depressive state, and she doesn't like me in my dark, scary place. And she says that I have too beautiful of a smile, that I should be frowning and not smiling. So I realized I had to start getting my crap together, because she always used to tell me that if anything were to ever happen to her, she would, if I misbehaved, she would come back to haunt me. And I'm not about that life. I mean, Halloween is my favorite holiday, but I'm not about that life. So I started to get myself together. I started my gym membership back up, and I started going to the gym, and then out of the blue, I started going through another depressive state, and it kind of left me speechless, because I was starting to feel better. I was starting to get back on track. I was starting to make goals again and slowly accomplishing them. And I just had absolutely no motivation. I would literally go to work, and I would come home, and I would curl up in my bed. I would literally change into pajamas at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's when I get off. And I would curl up in my bed, and I would start watching TV or reading or sleeping, and I would do nothing. And during that depressive episode, I started making poor life choices and hanging out with people that I knew I had no business hanging out with. I'm not a drinker, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't do drugs. The only addiction that I have is probably books and my planner. But I started hanging out with people that I shouldn't have been hanging out with, and I knew that. And I knew I was in no state to be hanging out and making promises with people that I didn't have a right to be doing. And it got me in trouble. So I learned a lesson. I now get to deal with consequences for the rest of my life and learn how to live with it. I'm not pregnant, so I don't have to worry about that either. That would have been nice. I wouldn't have considered that. Well, I mean, it's still a consequence, but I wouldn't have considered it a consequence, because you guys know how I feel about wanting to be a mom. But yeah. So that was kind of the wake-up call that I needed. And I still feel depressed, but not nearly as dark and scary as it could have turned out to be. And that was the motivation and the kick that I needed to want to start doing something about it, like actually making a drastic change and do something about it, which led me to 6 Months for Life, which I heard about first on Sarah Cannon's channel. I will link her channel down below if you want to check her out. But it's making me focus on myself again, cutting out all distractions, all people other than the people that are positive forces in my life and encourage me to do better things. It's helping me set goals again and start to break those down so that they are obtainable, and that I'm starting to check things off little by little. And it's making me cut off social media, which I don't really have an issue with social media, but the ability that lots and lots of people can contact me through social media has helped me kind of cut it. So I don't have Facebook anymore. I mean, I still have my accounts, I don't have the apps anymore, and it's not something I'm actively seeking. I have kept my YouTube channel and my Instagram only because the people that I associate with on those two are, one, they're out-of-state people, and I don't really have to worry about anything with that. But also they're people that are positive influences in my life and encourage me to do better things and encourage me to, follow my dreams and my goals, and I need that. I think I talked to maybe a handful of people over text message and the phone. And that's pretty much it. I've cut off everything else. I don't do Facebook, I don't do Messenger, I'm not on Snapchat anymore. I'm not on TikTok anymore. I have kept my Tumblr, but I don't really follow people in there, and it's become more of a online journal than anything else. So it's just a creative outlet for me, a place to put pictures. I've started taking photos again, which in and of itself is amazing since I kind of completely cut it off right after college. And that's kind of sad considering I have a minor in photography. So, you know, thanks for paying for all that schooling, Mom, that I'm not using. But yeah, it's really helped me recenter and refocus and shed the pieces that aren't working for me and let go of the things that used to be goals and are no longer goals that are positive for me anymore. I'm literally holding on to them so much because I wanted them to happen, and I realize that's not me anymore. I'm holding on to an old me that isn't beneficial for me either, and I have decided to start seeking out a counselor, somebody to talk to, which, you know, is a taboo topic apparently these days because people should just be okay and not have to have a counselor or a therapist, and I think that's a bunch of craziness. But that's where we are, and it's just been a lot of emotions and a lot of personal reflection, having to look at myself and get real with myself, as scary and depressing and terrifying as that was. It helped me see myself a lot differently. And I realized that I am not a typical person that society would deem successful. And I think that's part of where my depression in the first place came. Feeling like I wasn't living up to a certain standard and feeling like I wasn't hitting benchmarks that society said that I should be at by a certain time, at a certain age, and a certain point in life. And I realized it's okay to not be those things. There's 7 billion people in the world, and we're not all going to follow the same path and the same timeline and hit the same benchmarks at the same time, and that's what makes us all unique and all special. And I'm okay with finding a new path that works for me and still be myself. So that's where we are. I will have another video in a couple of months as I'm getting ready for the new year, and it's going to be my 6 months for life goals, I guess you could say. And I will explain where each of those categories come from and what each of those goals are and how I plan to accomplish them. For right now, I am focusing on 2 things. My health, which includes finding foods that work for me, going to the gym again. I have consistently been going to the gym at least 3 times a week for the past 5 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's been 5 weeks. I'm pretty sure. I've lost 15 pounds, which makes me happy. It doesn't make me happy that I just went and bought a bunch of jeans and I'm already at the point that none of them fit. So I'm either going to have to go buy jeans again, or I am going to have to start buying dresses because I'm tired of buying clothes. And that's really weird for a girl because most girls love to go shopping, and I despise it, like, with a passion of 1,000 burning suns. Like, it's not really my cup of tea. I like shopping, just not for clothes. Maybe I'll get to a point that I'll start loving my body again and I'll enjoy shopping. So my health and that is my food and my workouts. The gym has become my greatest happy place, and seeking out a counselor or therapist or whatever. So there's that. And the other thing that I'm focusing on is my spirituality again, which is kind of funny because my verse of the day just popped up on my phone. I kind of lost touch with God for a little bit when I went through this depressive state, and I am really eager to get back into writing out my verse of the day and doing a Bible plan on my Bible app and attending online church again. I eventually will get back to in-person church, but baby steps. So that's where I am right now, and I know that next year I am going to be working on finding a budget that works for me and learning all about money, anything that I can, and finding my personal style. That's something that's part of my 6 months for life that I know I really want to work on, because I feel like I keep buying clothes and then I get dressed and I never really feel like myself. So I want to find a style that works for me. And you always see these people and they always look so put together, and you can tell like their specific style, and you know that you could go shopping for them and pick out a piece and it'd be like, yes, this is totally that person, and then they end up loving it and wear it like with 1,500 other things, and I want that. I want to find my personal style. So lots of goals coming, but I also know that I am starting small. So I have a current goal list and then a future goal list, things that I want to start working towards. But I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself to achieve those goals right now. So a lot's been going on. I mean, when you break it down to like main highlights, it's only a couple of things, but it's a couple of things that linger for weeks and months, and you have to learn to start dealing with them and start living with them. And it's just, I don't know, it's been a lot. And I feel like most days I still get up and I feel like crap, but I make myself get up and I make myself find a positive for the day. And at the end of the day, I make sure that I write down 3 things that I was grateful for, even if it was, you got up and took a shower, girl, you don't stink, and that's great. Or I had the best cup of coffee this morning. Whatever it is, I write 3 things down. And I am focusing on the positive and the good and baby steps. So I am sure I will have updates to all of this as time goes on. But I wanted to come on and give you guys a small video and let you know I'm still alive and I'm still okay. Well, I'm still here, but I promised to be transparent this time around when I started my YouTube, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get back in the consistency of it, 1 video a week on Sundays, and that's where we are. So I will see you guys next week for another video, and I hope this answered your guys' question about where the heck I have been, because I have gotten a couple questions on Instagram. If you like these little short life update videos and want more vlog style videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. And if you liked content like this, please hit that thumbs up button so that I know this is something you guys want to see more of. And outside of that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next week for the next video. The next video will probably be planner related, since a lot of my planner has changed since that last video almost 4 months ago. I hope you guys enjoy the next setup. Bye guys.